Northeast Dallas is the #1 most searched area by homebuyers in the entire United States. This area is searched more than 34,000 times every single day on Zillow. Zillow labels this area as Northeast Dallas, which I guess is technically accurate, but if you live here in Dallas, we just call this East Dallas. And in this video, we're going to cover all the main areas of East Dallas, as well as what the average home looks like at a few different price points in each of these neighborhoods. We're going to cover neighborhoods from the 200,000s all the way up to the millions. And if you watch until the end, I'll be telling you what my top picks would be for where I would be living if I was looking in each of these different price points. My name is Michael. I own a local real estate brokerage here in the Dallas area. And if you're looking to make a move in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every one of these yellow dots find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that info is in the description below. Lower Greenville is known as an entertainment district featuring many of Dallas's best bars and restaurants, including the Granada Theater here, where you can see a lot of the biggest musical acts. As the name suggests, the neighborhood runs along the lower part of Greenville Avenue. A lot of my clients that buy here are younger professionals who commute to downtown but still want access to nightlife and want to live in a walkable area. Here's a drive-through of the neighborhood so you can get a feel of what the houses look like. A lot of these larger homes were built in the late 90s, early 2000s, but you can see a lot of the new builds as well that are still being built. And then here you can see what the original houses look like. Small, one story. You can also get these nicely updated as well, so you don't have to buy one of the huge ones. On the west side of Lower Greenville is an area known as the M Streets. Much of this area is protected by conservation districts, so it's really kept its original charm, and you'll see a lot of original Tudor style homes here. The median home price in this area is around $950,000 and a home around 3,000 square feet. So let's take a look. So here's an example of a very nicely updated one. It was listed at $979. It ended up selling for $1.1. And you can see here, this was just an original home. They expanded, added a second story, added some pop outs here. So this is a great example. It's a little under 3,000 square feet, fully updated. Now, the problem with a lot of the homes in this neighborhood, unless they're a new build, and especially in the M Streets, a lot of them are Tudor style homes, is the rooms are very small and they don't generally have open kitchen concepts just because of the way they were originally built. So there you have it. There's a second story addition to add some square footage. Rooftop deck, it's got a pool. Again, this sold for 1.1. But like I said, you don't have to go that large. So let's take a look at this one. 1346 square feet, was listed at $713 and ended up selling for $725.5. Okay, it's fully updated. But again, just over 1,300 square feet. This one has a pretty open kitchen, especially for the size. So they made a great use of the smaller space here. And it's got a little detached one-car garage. So that's what you could get for $725. So you don't have to buy one of the huge ones. That's, again, fully updated. $490, I doubt this one even has pictures. 1,193 square feet. This is probably totally original. Yeah, they don't even have pictures of the interior. But just so you want to know, if you were looking for a fixer-up or something that you could add on to yourself, add a second story, add on to the back, you're looking close to $500,000 just for basically the lot and a structure that's falling apart. Okay, we're moving on. Directly south of the Lower Greenville Avenue area is the Hollywood Santa Monica neighborhood. Like the M Streets, it's one of the largest collections of Tudor-style homes per capita in the country. This neighborhood is also zoned to Lakewood Elementary, which is a big draw for those with young children in elementary school, as it's one of the highest rated elementary schools on this side of Highway 75. The neighborhood has easy access to Highway 30 and is very close to downtown Dallas. Okay, looking in the Hollywood Santa Monica neighborhood right here, the median home is going to be somewhere closer to a $700K, around 2,000 square feet. This is a great example right here. Again, most of these are Tudors. 1,737 square feet, sold for $665. Let's check it out. Looks very good. This is a great representation, and again with Tudors, a lot of times you don't get open kitchen. Like this one, I believe the kitchen was stuck in the back there, and a lot of these will have kind of an awkward second story that they add like that, so it counts as a little bit larger square footage, but it's not the best square footage. Looks like that garage might be some kind of workshop, maybe not. Let's take a look at one more. Okay, see, this one's only 1,348 square feet and sold for $710. Pretty nice. Again, the kitchen, that's about as open of a kitchen as you're gonna get. Very cool arch there. Okay, so there you go. Between those two, you get a pretty good representation. Oh, this one had a little back office. Up next, we have Lakewood, and Lakewood is the gem of East Dallas, bordering the west banks of White Rock Lake. I actually just did a full, much more detailed video specifically on Lakewood, so if you'd like to check it out, you can click here. It houses the Dallas Arboretum, has a ton of green space, it has a 9-mile biking and jogging trail that goes all the way around White Rock Lake. And as mentioned before, a big draw for young families is Lakewood Elementary, which is located in this neighborhood. So you see a lot of these houses are really big and really nice, but there are some pockets that are still more original homes, older one-story homes. Sometimes they're well kept and move-in ready, and other times they just kept the original smaller square footage and fully updated it. So here's an example of one of those streets. You can see a lot of these homes are original condition. Okay, here in Lakewood, the median house is going to be around a 1.1 million and probably around 3,000 square feet. Of course, there are some smaller ones. We'll take a look at one. And there are certainly some that are quite a bit more expensive, especially if you get a larger lot, depending on where you're located in the neighborhood. But let's just take a look around. 6.5, you can see that one's 9,200 square feet on 1.2 acres. Let's just take a quick look for fun. Look at this, and you can tell immediately this one has historical significance. Yes, it is a historic estate on 1.2 acres. And unfortunately, all of the pictures are tiny. Pretty wild that a listing this expensive would have that quality of pictures. But yeah, this is going to be for a very specific buyer. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, we've got this one at 4.75, 6,800 square feet. We're gonna go quickly, as this is not the median. I just love looking at these. Okay. Okay, I think you get the idea. Look at the size of that shower. All right, you get that one. Okay, this one at 1.1 million, 3,400 squares. Yes, this is more of the median, what you would expect to find here outside of those huge ones. Again, there are some smaller ones, but yeah, this is kind of the size and condition of what you would be expecting as a median house in Lakewood. Okay, that's our median. Okay, for a smaller home, you can see this one, 1,766 square feet, sold for $970. This is a very nice smaller one, again sold for $970. Got a lot of the original charm. Very nicely updated. Okay, there you have it. And then kind of at the lower end, this one is at the edge of the neighborhood, very close to the lake though, 2,300 square feet. It's under contract, so we don't know what it'll close at, but it was listed at $750. So again, dated versus the other updated homes, but you can see it's possible to get something here at $750 with a good amount of square feet if you're willing to take it in this condition or leave some room in your budget to update. See? Original looking bathrooms, but some people are okay with that. Some people would actually keep those old tile bathrooms. So there you have it. That is your full range tour of Lakewood. Our next neighborhood is in a similar price range to much of Lakewood, and this is one of the most unique areas of East Dallas. Forest Hills is just 6 miles from downtown Dallas, but at the time of its construction in the 1920s, it was actually advertised as an escape from the city. It borders White Rock Lake to the south, and it's known for its large lot sizes and heavily treed landscape. Forest Hills is a very difficult one to know the actual median sold price because all the houses here are very different. A lot of them are new builds, so you'll see the big, huge, nice ones. You don't actually know what they'll sell for because they've never sold. A lot of what sells here is at lot value. So like this one, for example, this $1 million sale, this was sold at lot value. And what you see here, this is all of the sales that happened here in the last year. So there's not ever a lot of data to pull from. But let's just take a quick look at a few of these to give you an idea. This one, 5,500 square feet, sold for 2.7. And you can already see, look how giant these lots are. That's really what you're buying here is the land. There are very few places in Dallas where you can get this much land. What do you think, guys? Are you into this home? Would you take it as is, or would you need to update it to move in? Theater. There's your backyard. That's what you're paying for. Okay, let's take a look at one more. To say over here for $975. This was 2,700 square feet. Sold for $975. And I can already tell you based on the price, I doubt this lot is as nice as the other one. Probably does not have as many trees. People care a lot about trees and it takes a really long time to grow trees. So if you've got a lot with a bunch of nice trees on it, please don't cut them down. Yeah, you can see it's just not the ideal backyard when a lot of what you're paying here is the lot value. Okay, now we're moving on to Little Forest Hills. It is directly east of Forest Hills, which we just got done looking at. It's called Little Forest Hills because the lots here are about 1/3 the size of the lots in Forest Hills. Its motto is Keep Little Forest Hills Funky. It is a very tight-knit community and it has a very similar feel to the South Congress area, if you're familiar with Austin, Texas. All of the homes here are very unique, so it's very hard to pick a median home, but we're gonna take a look at a few and see what we can come up with. Okay, moving on to Little Forest Hills, I would say the median price here is gonna be around a $650 for about 1,500 square feet, and then of course there are new builds. Okay, here's one, closed for 1.27, so let's start with this one. Almost 3,800 square feet. Very cool, and again, a lot of the homes in this neighborhood are very unique. One-of-a-kind homes. Very cool. I like this one. Oh, it's got a guest house. Look at that, a little apartment on top of the garage. Very nice. And let's look, okay, around 1,550 square feet, closed at 640. Very nice, very nicely done. They really opened it up. Yes, these are both great representations of what you'd be looking at in Little Forest Hills. And basically, if you want something less than this, it's just going to need to be renovated. You can get homes around here, lot value is probably around $400,000. So let's see, here's one at $395. Let's see what condition it's in. 800 square feet, 2-bed, 1-bath. You could get something like this. Hey, this one's in good condition. You're looking for a small house. I don't know why they put these tiny little pictures in there. It does not make our lives very easy. I can't see those. Oh well, you get it. Casa View is where a lot of my younger newlywed first-time buyers end up purchasing, mostly due to the prices here. You can get a pretty nicely updated home in the low to mid 300s depending on the square footage. This area is seeing a ton of development and investment from the city. Okay, here in Casa View, the median home is going to be around $340,000 and it's going to be around 1,300 square feet. So let's see if we can find some. Of course, there are a lot of sales that happen below that here because a lot of these homes are very old, original condition. They'll come on the market and be flipped immediately. So you certainly can get less than that. I actually sold one I had as an Airbnb. It was under 800 square feet last year, and it sold for $240,000. So it's possible you just get a smaller one. The thing about this neighborhood is they were mostly built as 2-bed, 1-bath homes with a 1-car garage, but at this point, all of the ones that are updated have had the 1-car garage converted into the master suite. So it becomes a 3-bed, 2-bath, but you lose the garage, you end up around 1,300 square feet, and as a result, there are a lot of cars parked on the streets here. Okay, let's check this one. 1,425 square feet, closed at $358,000. Again, no garage, but they added a carport to this one. This is a great representation. Looks very nicely done. So this is $358,000 in East Dallas, just east of the lake. 3-bed, 2-bath. Perfect. This is just what I was hoping to find to show you guys. Got a nice tall fence and everything. This is a great one. Then if we go down, let's see, this was a 980 square feet, 3-bed, 1-bath for $194,000. There you go. That's what, $194,000. That looks like the garage conversion. And some of these garage conversions are done much more poorly than others. But this is what someone paid $194,000 for here. But remember, if they update it, it's probably going to be worth in the 300s. They would have to add a second bath though, but they could do it, especially since the garage was already converted into square footage. Let's take a look at this one. It's sold for $285,000. It's only 1,038 square feet, but I can tell you already, I know the guy who does these. He does them all around Casa. He uses the same finishes in every house, but he does deliver a great product. So there you go. A very nice, little over 1,000 square feet. This is what $285,000 would get you, so you can be under $300,000 with a fully updated home over here. Okay, the next neighborhood we're looking at is directly north of Casa View, and it's called Lochwood. This neighborhood is heavily treed, and there are some really unique homes here and a lot of mid-century homes as well. But this neighborhood is kind of a middle stepping stone in between, both in price and proximity, from Casa View up to Lake Highlands, which we're going to cover in a minute. Okay, here in Lochwood, you're looking at a median of around $675,000 for around 2,000 square feet. So let's take a look at a few that have closed. Let's see what $575 for 1,786 square feet would have gotten you. There you have it, and as mentioned, this is basically the step up from Casa View, both in proximity and price on your way to Lake Highlands, which we'll see here in a minute. So that one went for $575, was listed at $550, 1,786 square feet. Let's take a look at something else. This is a very nice one you could get today for $750, almost 2,500 square feet. Here's your backyard, fully updated. Lots of natural light, vaulted ceilings. So these two are a very good representation. I'm going to try and see if I can find one, because occasionally you'll find a new build that sells over $1 million. Here we go. Just over $1 million, 3,400 square feet. Wow, very nice. Look at this. So in Lochwood, this is what you get, just over $1 million. Look at that view. You even get a little pool. Sort of. It's more like a built-in spa. I love that exterior though. I think this was an original house and they just did the back addition. So not a new build, but still sold over $1 million. Yeah, you can see it was built in 1965. Old Lake Highlands sits on top of a hill overlooking White Rock Lake, though very few homes actually have a view of the lake. Within the neighborhood, you'll find a mix of smaller 2-bed, 1-bath homes mixed with very large new builds. There are not too many homes in the middle. You'll meet a lot of the residents walking around the neighborhood. This neighborhood also houses Hexter Elementary, which is the highest rated public elementary school east of White Rock Lake. Okay, here in Old Lake Highlands, you're looking around $700,000 for around 2,000 square feet. But the way this neighborhood is basically very small original homes or new builds. There's not too many that are actually the median. But let's take a look at what has sold. Okay, let's start with a 425, 2-bed, 1-bath, 1,000 square feet. So this is definitely something you can find in this neighborhood. It's in decent shape. Sometimes it'll be updated. But this one's just a well-kept 2-bed, 1-bath if you want to live in this neighborhood. See the original bathroom. Kitchen's had some updates, it looks like, at some point. So that's what you could get. That's kind of the bottom end. Let's see, this one sold 1.235, new build, almost 3,400 square feet. So those two are a great representation of what goes on in this neighborhood. Small and original or big new build over $1 million. Lake Highlands is larger than all the neighborhoods we've covered so far, except maybe Lakewood. So there are a lot of little pockets here you'd want to familiarize yourself with if you were actually looking here. But this is a really great area for anyone looking for a solid home in the 500 to 800K range. You'll have some good options. It's a little less expensive than the lower Greenville area, but you'll get a larger lot and a slightly larger house for those of you looking for a big backyard. It has easy access to Highway 635 and 75. Okay, here in Lake Highlands, I would say the median home is probably around 2,600 square feet. You can get them around like 650. I'd say that's a pretty good target. Well, let's start with the big one here. 1.179, 3,000 square feet. Pretty nice. I think you get it at this point. Let's find something a little more towards the middle. We got a pool. Okay, let's see. 625 for 1719 square feet. Nicely updated. Here's what 625 gets you in here. If it was not this updated, you'd get a lot more square feet for this price. Okay, that's that. Okay, let's see what this one, 610 for 2,700 square feet. Let's see what that would get you. Yes, this is more original. This is what I would say is closer to a median. 2,700 square feet for 610. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Let's find one more. And this is a good example of what you could get right now. 775 for 2,400 square feet. Very nicely updated. You could go and buy this one today at that price. Okay, between those, you should get a pretty good idea of what Lake Highlands looks like. Okay, moving on to my personal picks. If I were looking in East Dallas, under 300,000, really the only option is gonna be Casa View, so we'll move on from that one. If I'm looking from 3 up to 600K, I'm gonna be looking in Lake Highlands. I like that the homes are nicely spaced out there, lots of big trees. If I'm looking under 900,000, I'm for sure going in Lakewood. If I'm looking 1.2 to 1.5 million, I'm either gonna be looking in Lakewood or in Big Forest Hills. They both have some pretty great upside. Big Forest Hills has those nice big giant lots, feels like estates, but I also really love the neighborhood feel of the Lakewood area. And then of course, if I'm looking above 1.5 million, closer to the 3, 4, 5 million, I'm probably looking at a lakefront property in Lakewood. So I hope this was helpful to you. Once again, if you're looking to make a move to the Dallas area, just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that info is in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.